Hey guys, Bill here. Hoping you're having a good day. So today we don't have that much time, so we're gonna do Anki first, and then we'll see what's left. Okay, so let's see. We have only 12 cards. El ejercicio mejora la fuerza corporal for physical health. Uh, compro plátanos en el mercado. So I bought bananas.
Compró plátanos en el mercado.
Compro plátanos en el mercado, los plátanos están maduros. Tienes plátano. Corta la cebolla en trozos finitos. I cut the onions in small
Corta
pieces.
la cebolla en trozos finitos.
Mhm. Puses los plátanos en trozos finos. YouTube de diferentes temas todo.
YouTube de
Teams.
diferentes temáticas y todos 100%.
El libro tiene varias temáticas, las películas, las temáticas sociales, diferentes temáticas. No soy Satán, soy tu jefe, tú estás despedida.
No soy Satán, soy tu jefe y tú estás despedida.
Yo estoy dormida o estoy despierta.
Yo estoy dormida o estoy despierta.
La historia es muy atrapante.
La historia es muy atrapante.
Atrapante. La historia muy atrapante. Él habla sobre la política, la vida cotidiana, la cultura.
Él habla sobre la política, la vida cotidiana, la cultura.
Bro, literalmente para chuparse los dedos.
Bulla, literalmente para chuparse los dedos.
Juan es un verdadero viejo, literalmente para los lugares más alejados.
Juan es un verdadero viajero. Él literalmente va a los lugares más alejados.
Porque te reíes, no es gracioso.
¿Por qué te ríes? No es gracioso.
Y tiene ganas de un nuevo desafío. Tienes ganas like to new adventures.
Y tenés ganas de un nuevo
Challenges.
desafío.
Okay. I can study. El ejercicio mejora la fuerza corporal.
El ejercicio mejora la fuerza corporal.
Okay, it's good for the physical health. Okay. Oh, we are done with the. Now what we can do is we can watch a little bit of Spanish. So there's always gonna be like some days. First, I drink water, shower, brush, breathing, affirmation, pray. Yes, we did the plank workout. To-do list is already ready, son. Like, yes. Yes, delayed coffee, avoid phone, and had a breakfast. So we're done with the morning routine. So about the kettlebell, pretty much I repeated the same. I think we're missing one day. Oh. I'm gonna change it to 4, 3. I think we're missing a workout here. Because I'm not missing workout, so. Okay, February 2nd, February 3rd. So today we done this. Let's do Spanish.
How would you say the situation in Spanish?
Situación.
La situación.
Good. Ion is a feminine ending, so the word takes la for the. La situación. Good. Now, in Spanish, adjectives describing words. Adjectives are words that describe, like big or yellow or happy. Words that we can put is in front of are adjectives describing words. These words come after the noun they describe in Spanish. So instead of saying the global situation, for example, you say the situation global. There's a bit of flexibility for
global.
emphasis as well, but the normal standard position is to come after the noun. So how would you say the global situation?
La situación global.
Good. La situación global. How would you say digital camera? Digital camera.
Cámara digital.
Cámara digital.
Yeah. Cámara digital. Good. Cámara is feminine, so a digital camera is una cámara digital. So we have la for the and una for a. So how would you say, I want to buy a digital camera? What was the verb to buy?
Comprar.
Good. So I want to buy a digital camera.
Quiero comprar una cámara digital.
Good. Quiero comprar una cámara digital. How would you say I want to buy the digital camera?
Quiero comprar la cámara digital.
Good. Quiero comprar la cámara digital. What if you wanted to say, I want to buy it, and with the it, you meant the digital camera?
Lo.
Quiero comprarla.
Good. So this
Quiero
lies it.
comprarla.
There's a lot of words in Spanish for car, depending on where you are. It's one of the words that changes a lot between the dialects. But I think everybody understands all of the words that I heard. You might hear coche, which is related to coach. Carro, which of course is car. Carro. So we have two R's in carro. That's why we have this rolling R. You might hear
Carro.
auto. Where do you think auto come from?
Automobile.
Of course, and it exists, automobile, but people would say auto. You might even hear máquina, which means machine. So, machine, the car, máquina. This is another example of the QU spelling, producing K sound. M-A-Q-U-I-N-A, máquina.
Máquina.
Good.
Máquina.
So there's a few words there for car, and you might hear others as well. Coche is masculine. So how would you say the car?
El coche.
Good. A for masculine words is un. 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 So a car.
Un coche.
Un
Good.
coche.
The machine, does máquina look masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
Good. So the machine,
La máquina.
la máquina.
La máquina.
A machine,
Una máquina.
Una
good.
máquina.
And does carro look masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Good. So the car,
El carro.
el carro, a car,
Un carro.
un carro. Good. So it's the noun that has the gender, not the object. Of course, it's not the car that is masculine or feminine, it's the noun, it's the word itself. So even though all of these words refer to car, some are masculine and some are feminine. Big in Spanish is grande, grande. Of course, we can relate this to grand in English, grande.
Grande.
So, using any of these words that you like, how would you say the big car?
La máquina
Grande.
grande.
Good.
Máquina
La máquina
grande.
grande. So, la máquina grande, el auto grande. Now, if you say the big cars, this adjective is also going to become plural. How do you say the house?
La casa.
La
Good. And how
casa.
was the houses?
Casa.
Las casas.
Good.
Las
So, la
casas.
also became plural. So, las casas, if you say the big houses, big is also going to become plural.
Grandes.
So, how would you say the
Grandes.
big houses?
Las casas grandes.
Good.
Las
casas grandes.
grandes.
The big car using auto.
El auto grande.
Good. El auto grande.
grande.
The cars using auto, so a masculine word, you say los autos. So el becomes a los in plural. So how would you say the big cars?
Los autos grandes.
Los
Los
autos
autos
grandes.
grandes.
Los carros grandes. Good. If you want to say, can you see the big car? You can say, can you see? Or in
Voy-
Spanish, you can just say, do you see? We kind of overuse this can a lot in English.
Voy auto
So,
grande.
do you see the big car?
You informal.
Mhm.
Tú-
¿Ves el coche grande?
Good. You needed some time there to look at ves. And this was the more common way, actually, of saying it in Spanish. Ves el auto grande.
Ves
But
el auto grande.
if you didn't have that time to think about it, even though it's more natural to say like this, it really doesn't matter, you could say, can you see? Now you would probably be quicker at building can you see than you see, because can is something very common that you're going to be using all the time. So in conversation where you just want to get the meaning across, you might want to use this. So how would you say, can you see the big car?
¿Puedes ver el coche grande?
Good. So, puedo, quiero, tengo que, debo,
Puedes
these
ver el
verbs
coche
that
grande.
are followed by two versions that you're going to be
Puedes
using a
ver
lot.
el
Even though the
coche
sentence
grande.
is longer, they are shortcuts. They are shortcuts in thought. Then once you become very confident with that, you're going to start noticing that people say things differently to you. So instead of, I can't find it, I don't find it. You will notice that yourself and your speech will adjust. But at the beginning, what you're trying to do is to be conversational and correct structurally. Once you get over that hurdle of being communicative, you're going to start noticing that people say things differently to you. So instead of, I can't find it, I don't find it. So you could say, I can't find it. How would you say, I can't find it? What was to find or to encounter?
Bus-
Encontrar.
Encontrar. So say, I
Encontrar.
can't find it.
No
Encontrarlo.
puedo encontrarlo.
Good. No
No puedo-
puedo encontrarlo.
No puedo
This
encontrarlo.
would be the shortcut. Even though it's longer, it's much easier
No puedo
to build
encontrarlo.
no puedo encontrarlo, because puedo is something you're going to be using all the time, and then encontrar is in the to form. I don't find it. How would that be?
No puedo encontrar.
No lo encuentro.
No lo encuentro.
No
Good.
lo encuentro.
So it's very useful to bear in mind these verbs like puedo, debo, which we can use with two forms, which give us a shortcut and allow us to get conversational very quickly. What was to remain?
Quedar.
Quedar. Good. And I remain myself is how we get the meaning of I stay.
Me
So how
quedar.
do you say I stay?
Quedarme.
I remain
Quedarme.
myself. I remain myself.
Yo quedarme.
What's to remain?
Quedar.
What's I remain?
Quedo.
Quedo.
What's I remain myself?
Me quedo.
Me quedo.
What was happening?
I was thinking, okay, the me should go first, but it can't go first because the verb is in the to form. And I just got stuck.
Where do you start when you're building the sentence? With the verb. With who's doing that. So if you
Yeah.
start with that, then it's not in the to form anymore.
Yeah.
So the order of thought is very important. The verb is the backbone. That's the first place you want to go. Quedo. I remain myself, me quedo. So me quedo is I stay. The word for red in Spanish is rojo. Rojo.
Rojo.
This is spelled R-O-J-O. And J's in Spanish are pronounced J, like this. Rojo.
Rojo.
And we have the initial R. So if you can do it, it will be the rolling R. Rojo.
Rojo.
Good. So how would you say I'm staying in the red car. I'm staying in the car red. The word for in is en. So let's divide it up. I'm staying.
Quedo
Only
me
think about
dejo
that bit.
coro.
I'm staying. I remain myself
Me quedo
Me
In?
quedo.
en
the
En.
red car, the car red. And let's use the word auto for
Carro.
car for now. So I'm staying in the red car, the car red.
Me quedo
Me
en
quedo
el
en-
auto
En el
rojo.
auto
Good.
rojo.
Me quedo en el auto rojo.
Me
Good.
quedo en
How would you
el
say I
auto
have
rojo.
stayed in the red car? I have stayed. I have remained myself in the red car. Again, we want to divide it up.
Me
I have
quedo.
remained myself. There's a lot to think about there in that first bit.
Me quedo.
Me
Quedo.
he quedado
In the red car.
en el auto rojo.
Good. How would you say I have bought a red car? What is the verb to buy?
Comprar.
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 Comprar. Comprar.
Comprar. So I have bought a red car. And let's use auto.
Comprar.
I have bought
Compraro.
a red car.
He comprado
Comprado.
un auto rojo.
Good. He comprado un, masculine word, un auto rojo. How would you say I have bought myself a red car?
Me he comprado
Me,
un auto rojo.
Me he comprado un auto rojo. I've bought myself a red car. Very good.
okay, so guys, so that was like little difficult, but yeah, let's keep rolling. So I was just trying to tell this gonna be some days where okay.